Corrupt Radio.
Welcome back to another episode of The Artist Diary, everybody.
Yep.
I'm joined here with my man Luis, and we have two very special guests. You may recognize one for the seventh time. He is the seventh reigning, defending Corrupt Radio champion of the world, Lil Boodang, and and we are also joined by the lustrous, voluptuous, beautiful, handsome Screw. 666 Silverback, baby. Welcome to the show for the first time. How does it feel with all the cameras and the mic and stuff?
Happy to be here with my friends.
Hell yeah.
I know a little about me, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. They're about to find out about you right now.
About to find out, guys.
So right off the bat, I want you to tell everybody about your journey into music and what made you start making music.
I started making music back in 6th grade. Wallace Middle School. I was sent to ISS. Yes, I was, Miss Calixto. So I was there, and I was bored because I was in ISS for getting caught up with Zans. It wasn't fun. So anyways, I was there. She gave me a book. Told me to read, and I didn't want to read. So she knew I liked music, so she started printing out lyrics from different artists like Nas and Biggie and stuff like that. I used to just recite them, and I would write them down myself. So I would plagiarize that shit and
she would do that for you?
Yes, because I was in there because I got caught up with Zans, I think 3 weeks before school ended, and she was like, there's no reason to send you to Impact, so we're going to send you to ISS for 3 weeks.
Damn.
So
you got let off easy, Loki?
Every day you'd have to write a summary.
Chilling. He's not a problem. He's off his hands.
Yeah.
I'm not off his hands, guys.
So she would print out those lyrics for you to recite and write down and stuff like that?
I did it for so long, and I remember even doing Bodies by Drowning Pool. I would just write down the lyrics just to learn how to write and writing sentences and everything. So it wasn't until I think 8th grade I started actually writing my own shit. But it was definitely started off with Biggie and a lot of rock influence.
Okay, so that's what kind of influenced you into start making it. Is that what the kind of music that you were making too?
Yeah, definitely. My first rap name ever was called Old School. OLDSKOLL. That's what I went by.
What sort of beats were you?
It was strictly boom bap. It was just, I was rhyming. That's all it wasn't no song making. It wasn't no storytelling. It was just rhyming with any word I can. Any word that could rhyme, I put it in there.
Rhyme with orange right now.
What?
Rhyme orange right now.
Orange. All I could think about is that Eminem video, so I ain't gonna do it. Door hinge, orange, porridge.
So about what time or what year did you start finding out about SoundCloud and where that kind of gradually shifted from what you were doing as old school to what you do now?
275.
We in this thing.
Let me see. So I would say about freshman year, sophomore years, whenever I discovered that producing program on fucking Apple GarageBand. I started producing off of GarageBand, and that was in high school. We had free Apple Mac, so we was doing that bitch. And from there, that's whenever I was like, all right, I could produce. I'm gonna start writing. And I didn't record till I was 17. So yeah, that was in Seguin. By then, I was out of Kyle and everything. So
I know we missed you in the K.
Yeah, I wasn't making beats or recording in Kyle at all. I didn't do that until I went to Seguin.
What was your rig looking like your laptop and your mic? Did you have a snowball? Do you have a snowball arc?
I had the first time I ever recorded was actually in an actual studio. I wasn't recording myself.
Oh, for real?
I didn't get an actual recording setup until I met Sad God, and so we got that together. So yeah,
and then I came in the picture.
And then Boodang's here.
If I said DJ Killer C showed me how to use it for studio.
Shout out DJ Killer C's vocal preset. I've used them for years. I use that every time I record.
Shout out DJ Killer C.
So going back into more inspirations, were you influenced by the SoundCloud scene or the rappers that
I
were
wasn't
popping
at all.
Then?
At
Oh,
all.
really?
I didn't get into the first SoundCloud scene I got into was Suicide Boys, obviously, and I didn't fuck with them until I was out of high school. So on my earlier shit, it went from old school. I didn't go into Screw until freshman year.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. And so
were you old school and then you were Screw?
I was old school for a long time, up until I think freshman year.
Did you develop any projects with that name?
No, I did but they're not under Screw. They're under
Leave that
Screw
in.
now, but if you go to my SoundCloud, you can find the very old shit from like me recording in my restroom. You can hear the shower on, so I'm on.
You can hear the bathroom vent.
You can
the
literally
smoke
go.
alarm.
You can go to my SoundCloud and go all the way down and just hear me freestyling.
So,
His vocals.
what made you wanna go from old school to Screw? Like the name, what
Right.
made you want to do that?
So around the time I got caught Screw was around the time like the whole the swag shit was going on, and I'm from Texas, so I was still embedded in my Texas roots. So everything I wore had Screw, SPM, all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had a shirt that said Screw, and my teacher would like, "Hey, Screw," and like call me by Screw, and then it picked
That's
up
fire.
on the whole school, and I went by Screw. Like I didn't give myself this nickname.
So it was
call me-
your actual nickname before
yeah,
it was your
my
artist
nickname.
name.
Yeah, like people would just call me Screw, and I'm like, "Fuck, what's my name?
That's hard. That's very
What's
hard.
my nickname?"
What's my name?
Was it like 9th grade or?
Yeah, that was sophomore year. Freshman year, I was a weirdo in Seguin. I was new to Seguin.
That makes
Damn.
sense.
I was trying to figure it out because Seguin High School was like,
What was that demographic like? Like who were you like around with? Like
let's say, so. And Kyle, whenever
Some
I was there,
Mexicans?
I was gangbanging the whole
Chickens.
time.
Yeah.
I was, ran with the Sureños, so I was nothing but Mexicans. I go to Seguin, and it's nothing but Crips, Hoover Crips and shit like that. So I was already going to Seguin wearing all blue and everything. So right away, they picked me up. They're like, "You with us?" And I was never really with them, but I would. hang
it's that
with them.
easy or what?
It's that easy. I mean, especially if you're a big motherfucker like me, like
Yeah.
like
They don't ask
if
no
we
questions?
want you. We want you. Simple as that. Back then, I was big. I've been this big since fucking 8th grade. So
Damn.
so fucking
Shorty Bones.
ever since then, people are like, we want you on our team. You're big.
Yeah. That's crazy as fuck. So everyone just started calling you Screw and you just like ran with it.
Screw. I mean, definitely. I mean, I didn't. That was my nickname. I mean, screw. And it was never Marcus.
Yeah.
That's
And-
cool. You had your own identity.
How involved were your friends and the people you knew in that time with your music?
0.
Because you didn't really have many friends over there, or what?
I did. I wouldn't call them friends. I would call the people that want to fuck with me just because I had the aesthetic of somebody you want to be cool with. Just a big guy that wore
You looked
fucking
cool.
jewelry. And,
Yeah.
just fucking that's always been me. So
I
people always
recall
wanted to
meeting him.
associate with me.
What'd you say?
I still recall meeting him. He was very to himself. He was just a guy that drove Sad God in my house.
Yeah, bro. Because I remember the first show I ever seen you at was at when we played at South by at Scratch House, and I saw that you're with Sad God, and I'm like,
You know this guy.
yeah, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, you look so familiar, but I didn't know like we went to school together, and I remember seeing you
Show was fucking
for like 2 seconds.
And I remember Sagal telling me about you too, because it was early, like before I even knew Boodang. He would like show me the shit you had with Lil Peep, the shit you produced, whatever.
Yeah.
And he told me
If
about
you know.
yeah. He's like, this is Despair. I was like, Despair. I was like, I don't think I know Despair. He's like, Thor. I was like, I don't know a motherfucker named Thor.
Hey, you would know if you know a motherfucking name.
I was like, I would never know somebody named Thor. So I was like, I don't think I know this guy, but
Crazy.
turns out we do.
That's funny as
on the
fuck.
timeline at that time.
So
Yeah.
was that around like your first show?
My first show was obviously with this. Every show I've done was with this guy, and I don't remember when our first show was. It was definitely at Kiva, right?
It was at Kiva.
It was at Kiva for sure.
Oh,
First show.
that was my first show
That
too.
was
Yeah.
Dangfest.
Or my second
No,
show.
he had
I wasn't there
after
for-
Dangfest.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was right
gotcha,
after
gotcha.
Dangfest. And so yeah, that was the first time I've done shows. Ever since then, I only do
That
shows.
Bukana, huh?
Yeah, the Bacana got me.
Yeah, she got me. She got me.
I'm
sweating.
sipping this slow.
Sorry for sweating, guys. I sweat when I drink liquor.
It's also a dark. It's the void in here, man. It gets hot up in this bitch.
I feel good though. You feel good?
Sponsor me for Loco.
Sponsor me, Michelob. So I wanted to get into how y'all met each other, because I know like we're like a trifecta. We all know how we met each other, but I want to know like in detail like how you two came to be and like what the relationship became to be.
It's crazy how we met. We met off of something called the Funk Map. So there was a long time ago, somebody named Craw Heath. Shout out Craw Heath.
Shout out Crawheath.
He made a funk map to introduce all the funk rappers around the world and put them on a map so you could open the app and it'll tell you where all these rappers
It was an app.
Yeah, it was an app.
What the?
So you can open it and it's where all the funk rappers are in the world.
That is
So
crazy.
we look at it, and back then I was living with Sad God at the time in San Marcos. So he looked at the map and he was it showed me, Boodang, and Sad God next to each other. We're like, who the fuck is
True.
Boodang?
You knew about the
Factual.
app too? You knew about the app?
The funk map.
Crawheath had contacted me when he was designing the app,
Oh, really?
and he actually resourced all his Texas connects through me.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
That is wild.
I was
Yeah,
in
you
the
had to pick up
field
the
like
mic for that shit.
I was in the field like that.
That's crazy. So the funk map.
So the funk map. So yeah, Sad God is the one that introduced me to him, and Sad God told him about me, and I just like, fuck, you know what I'm saying? We got somewhere to record, we go record and put up to his house, is what it is. We didn't really click too much right away. I'm very nonchalant, so meeting new people, I don't.
You're like, whatever, bro.
I don't do it. Like, cool. Who's this guy? Who's this motherfucker?
Still the same guy. He just talks to you.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we didn't really like start being cool until like a couple studio sessions. Whenever he realized like you're not a regular artist. I started doing the techno beats, and he's like, you're different.
Yeah, you're kind of ahead of the game on that. Like I was looking through your catalog. Yeah, you've been doing that shit for a while.
Very long time.
What year was this when you guys first?
This was 2017, 18. I would say 18.
Yeah. 2018. I think.
Because March 2018 was whenever we did the South by show together.
Mm.
It was a very quick process. I think Sad God came by, and then he didn't have a way to get there. I think one day, and then he hollered at me.
Yeah, so I drove him.
And then it just fucking became a. And then it just like became a thing,
It spitballed into that.
What's crazy is that
paying for beats, so we're writing money for beats.
Yeah.
What blows my mind is that you guys are talking about this as if it's just something that happened, but it seems like this is a very integral part, like a foundation into the funk scene. Like this just seems fucking surreal.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
The legacy and everything that 6 Feet Deep left, and like all that we had a hand in, it really perpetuated a big direction in the sound. If you listen to what's going on, like Crush Club, anything that's
everything that's crushed, anything that's distorted, it all started from us.
Founding fathers.
R.I.P. Slick Killer.
R.I.P. Slick Killer.
Where is Slick Killer?
He's out there.
Where are you at?
We know you're out there, Snuffer.
So y'all ended up joining a collective called 6 Feet Deep together. So if you want to get into that, we can. If not, then that's okay too.
It started off with Sad Funk Records.
Oh, really?
Sad Funk
that's
Records.
What it was called before?
No, this is where we started, where I got Boodang and Sad God and a bunch of little funk rappers. And Sad Funk was actually very good at the time, but...
What year was Sad Funk before you go forward?
This was 2018. It was 2018.
What month in 2018?
It was 2017. You weren't in it to 2018.
So he was the first funk dude in the region.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
In my region.
That's crazy.
I wasn't rapping yet.
That's wild.
And so, yeah, and I didn't even take no experience or anything from, like, the funk scene. It was more like Suicide Boys and stuff.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Ignore Boodang. He's off of 2 Quick Trip glizzies.
He's off with 2 hot dogs.
I spilled a hot dog in the Quick
He
Trip.
dropped a hot dog, guys.
Straight up drop one. He tried to get me to pay for it.
Okay, so going back.
From Sad Funk Records,
Jalapeno one?
I kicked it under the shelf too, so they wouldn't see, because my man was embarrassed.
That's hilarious.
He has my back.
Always.
Thick and thin. We stay
That's real.
together.
Okay, going back into 6 Feet Deep and all that shit.
Okay, so it went from Sad Funk Records, and I thought Sad Funk Records was kind of gay because I'm not really sad at that time. So
Yeah.
it went from Sad Funk Records to Underground Court, which is where I'd established a lot of things in the underground, and like, the whole underground court scene went pretty crazy to the point where it was almost a cult. Bitches were carving underground court into their skin, which is crazy.
That is wild.
And so from there,
Yeah, shit gets weird like that.
we joined 6 Feet
That's
Deep.
crazy.
I joined 6 Feet Deep because of him and Sad God.
Yeah.
So you
So
want to elaborate how you got me in there?
yeah, let's talk about that.
Where did this fucking time go?
Yeah,
Man.
it's been like 7 years already.
Man.
Dude, no. So it starts like this because I don't know how much time we have. So in a nutshell,
Unlimited time.
sorry, leave that in there. Fuck
Glizzy.
Glizzy. Shout out, fucking QT. That's a little 3-piece on the
Shout out.
podcast. So there was the SoundCloud era, 2018. I think the tip of the iceberg was still like Doom Shop at the time, and then there was this whole Russian,
Freddie Dread y todo.
Belarus, Scotland, all
Not
this
even
shit
Freddie Dread.
fucking
Freddie
going
Dread
on.
wasn't even the biggest funk rapper back then. It was like Cursed, MC Holocaust,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Kane.
Freddie Dread became a pioneer after that shit. Though.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah,
Uh,
along with Koss, yeah.
so yeah, you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Sorry,
Sorry,
I distracted you.
fucking brain fart. But yeah, no. I ended up finding Slick Killer, and then I found him through Playalick, and Playalick was in 6 Feet Deep, and I was like, "Who's this guy?" I checked out his shit. I checked out his repost, and I was like, "What the fuck is Slick Killer?" And I immediately went and checked out 6 Feet Deep, checked out everyone, followed him, and then messaged him. We linked up. They're like, all right, we'll give you a shot. You know, you don't suck that much. And then a few weeks go by, the Funk Wiki map pops up. This was all within a couple weeks, I think, a few weeks, if I remember the
fast.
timeline.
That's crazy.
It was very fast. We were releasing a lot of music really fast back then. It's all coming back to me. Sorry, that was so fucking long. It was like COVID.
Yeah, bro.
That was like before COVID.
This was before
too.
COVID. This is COVID.
Yeah.
Whenever you start talking about it, it's like everything starts coming out.
I'm going off on fucking tangents.
That's what you need to do. That's what the point is, bro.
But,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that just led to another thing. Fucking Sad God found him. Sad God found me. Sad God found me.
He found you.
He pulled up on me. Low key, Sad God pulled up on me like Suge Knight. And low key, he is kind of that motherfucker in this scene. Low key, fuck you, Sad God.
Sad God's a bitch.
Fucking bitch, fuck Sad God, fuck Lil Buxton.
Pull up.
Anyways, he's the Suge Knight of 6 feet deep.
You never did
you don't
nothing
got
to
no
me.
fades.
But you never did nothing to me. But I'm
He just tells
riding with
people
them.
what to
So
But no, you know, that fucking led to you showing up at my crib, and then we just linked up from there. So it was like a quick little chain reaction. 6 feet deep, I joined. Sad God was like, "What are you doing? Oh, you're in 6 feet deep." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "6 feet deep's hard. I'm in 6 feet deep." I was like, "All right, cool."
cool.
So we were just boys, you know what I mean? That we linked up, and I think it was what, a month or two until you got in.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
The only two Mexicans in 6 feet deep.
The only two Mexicans in 6 feet deep at that time.
Everyone else was like white or what?
Everything, fucking
European,
everything.
German, Russian.
Damn, y'all had like naval bases across
The
every
creator
country,
of
bro.
6 feet deep
Guys,
is Young Cross.
that's why 6 feet deep got
And
so big, because I was
Feet
tagging
actually
6
based out
feet
of
deep in
Edinburgh.
Seguin. They were tagging 6 feet deep in Russia and Moscow and all kinds of places. So
That's crazy.
It was
Can we
getting
talk
tagged
about
everywhere.
how huge like funk is in Russia, bro? Like it's ridiculous. It's
That-
massive.
whenever
It's still massive.
Yeah, it's still massive, but the fact that, you know, a lot of streaming services are cut out in Russia, it fucked up.
They don't
a
have
lot of-
Spotify no more, right?
No, they don't have Spotify.
That's fucking crazy.
So,
Because that
yeah.
was like my biggest.
that
like
was my biggest too.
everyone from Russia loves like our music, bro. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, Russia's hard. I remember, and I tell him like, whenever I started popping off in Russia, some guy texted me. He's like, "We love you, but Russians don't love fat people."
I got
there's
that
not many.
same fucking shit. Dude.
I was like,
mean
I've
to
never
you
seen a
out
fat Russian. As a matter of fact,
Yeah, for real.
How has that affected your listening, like your views now?
it fucked up back then. It fucked up all my shit.
What do you mean?
Like how Russia doesn't have Spotify anymore. Like how did that affect y'all?
I'd say when that happened, I lost at least like 30-40% of my.
Yeah, dude, it's
That
that dude. It's
my
that
listeners.
big, bro. It's
It
crazy.
happened.
was
I
pretty
remember I
bad.
was only at like 60K monthly listeners one time, and that shit happened. I dropped down to 13K within a week.
Yeah. Bro, I was like coasting at like 10 and now like 700. Well, that's because I don't drop anything. That's besides the
Are you
point.
talking about on Spotify?
Yeah, on Spotify. Like I literally like I had like
It's a rolling average.
4,000 people straight from Russia. Like just Russia. Moscow was my top city,
Moscow.
which is fucking crazy.
Shout out Moscow.
So yeah, going back into 650, how long were y'all in that, and like when did y'all decided to bounce? You don't have to tell as many
I was
details as
in-
y'all want.
I was in 6 feet deep for, I don't know how long 6 feet deep for. I was in there for some years, actually.
2018 to what? 20. It was after COVID. We did COVID.
2021.
I ain't got no 2021.
It was 2020.
When Discord started getting massed and just everybody started.
It was
pulling up
2021.
In the fucking numbers.
2021. So
Shit
2018
ton
to
of people.
2021, we were in there. It was cool, but 6 feet deep was a very toxic place. There at that time, we were
Seemed like
young.
it.
I was like 23, 22. Everybody else in there was like 16 and up. All these young producers and everything, and they were just like, you know, they were just fucking kids and, you know, crazy
Wow,
teenagers from
motherfucker.
Russia, fueled by fucking alcohol and nicotine, all kinds of fucking shit. So it was very, very toxic in there.
Everything that goes fast like that always fucking just disintegrates.
Fades.
So
Yeah.
it just like everyone was just on their shit, and slowly one by one, just life started
One by
coming
one.
up.
It all started 6 feet deep to me. Fell off
Gas
whenever.
into the army. Shout out Gas.
Yeah, shout out Gas.
Shout out Gas. He was the first one to go. I think.
So the first
Damn.
mishaps
Yeah.
we had in 6 feet deep ever was the 6 feet deep bosses deciding to kick out all the Russians.
Yeah,
What?
all
because
the
they weren't
Russians.
active enough, basically. Like
They
were
weren't
dropping
active
music.
because
They're in a
of the
goddamn
fucking
war.
They're in a fucking war zone. So.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, so it started from there. They dropped some of the hardest players. They had a
Bro, imagine being at war all day and you get home and just be kicked out of your collective, bro.
We had to be alongside that, though. You know, whenever we had did that, that reflected on us as
Oh, because y'all were like siding with the people that kicked
we
them
had, I
out.
see that, or we're gone too. Like in 6 feet deep, you're either with them or you're not. So anything you have, like any
That's corny,
disagreement,
bro.
you're out. Like simple as that. Like You know, it was
Y'all
fucking
corny.
real politics. It was real fucking dictators. It was the slick dictatorship.
The dictatorship. That's
Slick
great.
Killer. Slick Killer was a dictator in that bitch.
Dial.
So they kicked out all the Russians, and then like you can just tell that the ship was sinking type shit, or
when they kicked out the Russians. The Russians were the hardest ones. You had Playlick, you had Godless, you had Route 696. There's some more. I can't think of them right now.
shout out y'all though.
Shout out to
guys.
them. They're hard, bro. There's some of their
I just
Playlick
reconciled with Playlick a few months ago.
was
Oh, yeah.
the top funk rapper at the time too. Like everybody sampled Playlick. Playlick's one of the most sampled artists in
Step into
Russian
my
artists.
danger zone.
6 feet
10
deep in the
toes
hole.
down.
Like he has like everybody
6 feet deep
sampled
in the
him.
house.
So for them to kick him out, even though all the work he's put in was kind of fucked up.
They're collecting money off of his samples and shit.
You know
That's foul.
That shit fucked up a lot of people when it happened because
Mm-hmm.
it was a group with such phenomenal artists at the time. Everybody who was in there was a pioneer in their own degree.
Yeah,
I was a pioneer
Literally.
for weird motherfuckers. He was a pioneer for
Freaky motherfuckers.
doing weird techno shit. He
Hell
was
yeah.
on the house shit before. That's why I said, like you said, he's ahead of his years. I was like, what?
You were on that shit before all the hyper pop
I
motherfuckers
was
were.
Been on
way
it.
behind, way before TikTok, way before all these kids started. 15-year-old producers started getting millions of streams off of TikTok. Like,
Yeah, bro, that's crazy.
I've been doing this shit fucking forever.
And your catalog shows that. Like,
yeah, literally,
like,
you go
it's
down all the way to
ridiculous.
20, fucking 17, 18, you'll see a house song there.
Hey, and they finally started giving my boy some goddamn flowers. I'm telling you that right now.
Took-
We'll get more into
took
that. We'll get more into that in a little bit. But so y'all decided to leave after all the disarray
so
happening.
what happened was after, in between that time,
We got fucking kicked out. This is what
There was-
motherfucking happened. We're gonna get straight to the
we're
fucking
gonna get
point.
straight to the motherfuckers.
Listen.
All right, go ahead.
So we said, "Fuck Sad God." It is what it is. Fuck Lil Buckster. With that,
Let me start. So me and Saga were living with each other. We're living in San Marcos down the road.
Yeah,
This is juicy.
this is very juicy. It's about to get
So-
crazy.
It is.
times there.
So Saga is a piece of shit, and I was living with him, so I know fucking plenty much about him to say that. So the way he was acting in this group chat compared to how he is in real life, people think he's some mysterious gangster. He's a very moody person. He's like, you know, if you don't have alcohol, if you don't have weed, he don't give a fuck about you. He's gonna act like a little bitch. So around that time, me and Boodang were getting more cooler than him and Sagat ever got because we relate to each other. You know, we're parents, we're Latinos, so we have a lot of things in common. So
It's different vibes. We showed up
Yeah.
for different reasons. Whenever we hung out, we went home to different things.
yeah, so we're very respectful
Real.
people. You know, we don't live in gated communities. You know, we got straight Latinos. He lived in a gated community, nice 2-bedroom house. You know,
Damn, I didn't know that.
has fucking beautiful house, very
He
nice
fucking
house.
he fucking housed me when I couldn't stay at my crib.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he had he didn't have to work, pay no bills,
I was like,
had
damn,
no
this
car,
is
doesn't know
fire.
how to drive, don't have
Big
a
ass
fucking
white
car.
neighborhood. I was like, damn, no wonder Sad guy got big ass legs. He walked the whole flight of stairs like 8 times a motherfucking day.
You got
Yeah.
a pool,
So
gym.
from there, me and Boodang got close, and it was a jealousy thing. He didn't like it,
Okay.
so he started acting weird about it, and to the point where he
It
started.
wasn't even like that though. He didn't even need to act like that.
Yeah, he didn't act. We're our brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like,
We just got along. It was like if two people like know about something and one person doesn't know, it's like you're not cool with them.
Yeah.
so yeah, to where it got to the point where I was going to his house without Sagat to record, and this was like that me getting off of work and me needing to record a song type shit.
That's some like petty bitch shit.
And I was living in Seguin, so I was driving to Seguin, to San Marcos, to his crib to go record. So Sad got at one time, he had a job. I got him a job at Little Caesars. Motherfucker lasted a month. So anyways, he was going to work and I'll go record at his crib. And it got to the point where he was, kind of starting to act like a little bitch. So we would go over to his house with Sad God.
I remember that shit just started getting weird. If
Yeah,
we fucking
like-
run out of smoke, he didn't even want to stick around for anybody to finish their takes or whatever. It is.
Wow.
Fuck,
Mix.
like, there's no blunt, there's no beer. Like, get him out of there, or else you can, be.
Or he's gonna crash out.
Yeah. So when it got to the point where he was only using Boodang to record at that point. And at that point, I was like, "This is my homie." Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's going hard for me.
Pretty
right
much
now.
using him type shit.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of oblivious. I didn't see that
He didn't-
dynamic too.
I saw it because
You're a very forgiving guy, so you probably
Yes.
like kind of like
That's real as
blew
fuck.
past you.
Boodang's not like me. I shoot motherfuckers. Boodang's not.
He's ruthless.
Boodang kisses motherfucker.
Kiss.
Real as fuck.
go
So
go ahead.
So yeah, from there, it started getting weird, and I started like spending more time outside of his house, even though I was still living there. And it got to the point where I was like, I'm out of here, bro. Like,
It turned into this. This is on the outside because I saw it happen. It had reached a point to where like the politics came into sway, where to put things back on course. Not that we went off on a tangent, but this is another tangent. We could do a whole other episode about this shit in the library further. This shit has layers. This is like, bro, this is like Star Wars. You got a whole other side of shit to hear.
So you got to go back to the episode 3 to episode 4.
Exactly.
Like anything happening 6 feet deep wasn't the same that was happening outside 6 feet deep.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about all the people in that group, everybody was texting each other. We were seeing each other. Like we were living with each other. Like
Yeah, so-
we knew each other.
Got you.
So look, there's this weird thing, and like I can only express it like this for those who know, because I'm a Mexican, like machismo, like you feel like big dick, big balls, big motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
For a minute, even me and him had that mentality in the group. You know, it wasn't direct like that, but we both fed off of each other.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the only people I saw as someone who I could bounce off of that. Like, oh, this shit's crazy. I would hear his shit and be like,
Yeah.
not that no one else wasn't. Everyone else was its own thing. It's a funk group, but like his shit, Slick, a few other people I could fucking name, was fucking crazy. You know what I mean?
So what is it about y'all two? Do you think that y'all can like work so like fluidly with each other? Like, what do you think it is? Like, do y'all have like the same brain, or like what is it?
Both weird. We don't like being put in a box. Like I hated dropping funk
I think
music
it's that
and
we
only
both
getting
like
caught
to
in funk.
fight back. We don't get put in a box and stay there.
Because I
That was
see y'all in the
problem.
studio, y'all be arguing with each other and talking shit.
We're going off real quick. I'm gonna just pull it back real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
On the fucking timeline, this is literally what fucking happened. Slick's one of the hardest motherfuckers at the time. Name anybody harder than Slick Killer during 2018, 2019
I agree.
production-wise.
I agree.
You had Cocaine Krug when he must have had a crazy cocaine plug at the time, because he was on a sick one. That shit was
Recording
crazy.
off of a fucking iPhone headphones.
Off a fucking iPhone. Yeah, fuck Cocaine Kruger too. He fucking hates us now, the fucking bitch.
Fuck Cocaine Career.
Hey, fuck you, bro. So continuing on that tangent. So like,
So look, Screw starts working with Slick. There's this internal animosity that I see that maybe he doesn't see, but it's like Slick selling me beats, wants me to get on these beats, but he's getting mad at me when I'm doing certain things and doesn't like it when I do certain things. And every time this happens, we argue. And at that time, Slick is the one who says something. It's like, all right, this is what goes, this is what goes. And anytime this motherfucker would act up, it was like that with anybody.
he was the founder. He was the founder of
He
it.
was the Hayes initiator.
Got
It
you.
was
Got
me.
you.
I mean, we looked up to him. He had the sauce. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
That dude
That's
cultivated
crazy.
a whole fucking universe. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
Funk multiverse.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
He was very much like that. And
push
the
came
thing,
to shove, and they're like, "Fuck it, Screw's gone." Took him
yeah,
out
the
the
thing
chat.
about me, bro, I'm a fucking lawbreaker. I love fucking
him
breaking
out.
rules. I don't fucking follow rules.
Yeah.
I don't do that shit. I don't let nobody tell me what to do unless it's my fucking mom. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I got kicked
At all.
out.
And I got kicked out.
So
because
you got kicked out first.
He got kicked
I
out.
got kicked out like 3 times. Bro.
And I got kicked out because I was basically being a little fucking bitch
All right,
for it's a black and white situation. I'm here like, why can't I be cool with Screw? This is an internal situation. Y'all kicked us out of something sad God told us to do.
Yeah.
Like sad God mad about some shit that only involves us directly. And
Just y'all three. Nothing to do with
he
them.
put these politics on them and painted us to be this shitty ass fucking people and like broke up. Bro, like I haven't been tighter with anybody since then. It's just been me and you. It was us three at that moment. I felt like this is as strong as I felt since then.
Yeah.
And us riding out like that. Cause
Yeah.
the 3-piece, but in the core of it, in that situation, I was like, damn.
You come to learn, bro. Like
Just
you
us.
don't need a big old fucking group like that, bro. You don't need to like you don't need to put yourself in that.
I don't need 30 motherfuckers on stage. I don't need 30 motherfuckers in the studio. I need fucking these motherfuckers at this table right now in the studio. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Exactly. That's literally all we need.
That's all you need.
I
Fuck-
appreciate
that shit gave me
fuck
XP.
everything.
I'm
Hell yeah.
you.
So
That
yeah.
shit gave me wisdom XP.
So yeah. So ultimately, I was kicked out 6 feet deep because I was going against everybody's rules. I don't give a fuck. I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck who
You're gonna do what you're gonna do.
I don't give a fuck.
That's-
You can
that's
be the
what it is.
president. I don't give a fuck what you're telling me. Like,
Yeah,
I'm-
exactly. Yeah.
So within that being said, that happened, and then I started bumping heads with Sad God after I left his crib. At that time, me and Slick Killer were cool, but it started transitioning because I wasn't listening to him. So him and Sad God became the new Slick Killer and Screw. So anything Slick Killer did, wanted Sad God to do, he did it.
Is that still to this day?
Oh,
No, because Slick Killer.
Slick Killer's MIA.
Slick Killer. So this is gonna fast forward 2 years real quick. Screw's been out. He's doing deception. He's doing other shit already. I'm still 6 feet deep. I'm on the verge of getting kicked out for fucking with him. He's found God already.
Yeah.
Me and him had found God. We're both on a principle where it's like, hey, whatever you do, I can't hold that against you. Or
Yeah.
It's like God won't accept me type shit.
For sure.
I can't. It's just a basic principle. They didn't fucking like that shit. They didn't like that shit. So.
That's crazy.
that just came to us getting out.
Why do all these dudes just sound like fucking pussies?
Because they are. I mean, it's the funk scene, you know.
It's just black and white politics.
It is.
Not race, color. I mean, like actual politics. Like you're this side or that side, and when you
And
have
if you're
great
on that side, fuck the other side type shit. Yeah, it's very it's very black and white, like you said. That's true.
This is very irritating to just like learn, because it's like, isn't the focus to not only make music but to make money? And if you start putting all this bullshit in and out, what are you doing? You're wasting your time.
And that's why these groups don't really work out, like these big old like super groups, because I was in a couple of them too, and it always like one person disagrees and like, oh, like we're gonna follow what this guy says because he has the most SoundCloud listeners, or it's so corny to me. Like it's just like, it's very cringe. And like the fact that you guys got to like, y'all noticed that and y'all started to peep game and y'all got out of that before it got like before the ship sank, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's really good that y'all did that, because who knows what would happen if y'all all stayed in that, you know, because that's very toxic.
At that point, I just started ruckus. Like, I started talking shit to everybody in there. I didn't give a fuck. And I was playing 2K. I look at my phone. I'm kicked out 6 feet deep again.
Damn.
I was like, cool. And then
I already got kicked out like 3 times by that time.
And then Slick Killer is telling me, as soon as I get kicked out, he's like, delete all of our music. I was like, okay. Took it out, private everything. And then some time goes by. And before that, I have a dog named Kilo. We used to, he went everywhere with me. And so at that time, Kilo got sick. He got parvo.
So he had power like that.
And as y'all know, parvo is a fucking Chihuahua killer. So Kilo survived.
Wow.
He survived. So
shout out Kilo.
In between survival, he was, you know, if you know parvo fucking kills dogs from the inside out. They get skinny, bony, blah, blah. After he got, you know, he was good for, you know, a month. I was like, cool, he's back to life. He's good, you know. And I went to go visit Sad God, and I bring him over, and, you know, I'm chilling, chopping it up, and then I leave, and then a week later, this shit happens, and there's pictures of Kilo skinny and all bony and shit, and like just looking real sick. And
oh, so the dog was left at his house?
No, I took the dog.
Shit either. Okay. This shit just came up when Sad God got access of the photos. I think it was from his mom. I think it was his mom who took.
So his mom took the pictures.
So Sad God got, like, dude, keep in mind, like you know, we're talking about timelines inside and out here. Everything's fine. Everything's chill. We're in our Discord. Sad God, I guess he doesn't have weed or beer, so he's talking this shit one night, and then he's just like, I got to show y'all something. And it's fucking skinny ass Kilo. Like, bro, if you've had a dog, and you know, like sometimes shit like that happens. Sometimes like your dog might get attacked.
So is he trying to paint that you were a fucking dog abuser?
He said
he was a shitty dog.
He said I waterboard my dog. He said I beat him. I starve him. I pistol whip him. All kinds of shit.
Bro, you love your animals.
That's what I'm saying.
You post every one of your stories.
Everybody knows that. So
every one of your stories shows your dogs, your cats, bro. Like, you love your animals.
Yeah,
I don't understand
at that time, 6 Feet Deep was a fucking powerhouse at that time. So anything 6 Feet Deep said to his fans, they fucking believed. So all you needed was a picture of skinny Kilo.
He had a disease.
That's all. Nobody's gonna listen. These Russian motherfuckers ain't gonna listen.
It's like a.
That's crazy.
You know when you're in the warehouse and they say don't put combustibles by stuff that can ignite things.
Yeah, that's what happened.
It was a situation where when you got kicked out of 6 Feet Deep, they didn't hate you enough to kick you out and disassimilate you. They kept you there, but at the moment when shit just came in, it was like, all right, now shit's popping off. You're right there. We didn't make it clear, like, let's not fuck around. They could have took him out of the chat. They could have made it clear to me, blah, blah, blah. But, to my eyes, it was just like, damn, all right, how long is this going to last till he gets back in the group chat?
Yeah.
Last time, it was like 9 days for me.
That's fucked up. So everyone, like, painted you as this, like, dog abuser.
Oh, yeah, bro. And it fucked up a lot of shit, to be honest. It fucked up. I was at a very depressed time, too, because my dogs just got done getting sick. Like,
you were feeling that, and then you're also feeling getting scrutinized for that shit.
I got Kilo from a fucking dumpster. Like, I got Kilo, and he was fucking had no hair, hairless, red dots all over. Like, he was gonna die in a dumpster.
That's
crazy,
like,
bro.
like I don't want to say it. Like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but this is a mom and dad situation. That situation, Sad God wore the pennies, and 666 was the daddy. Because very much
Still
so,
is.
when the baby got sick, who bitched and complained? Not saying this is a stereotypical political thing. It was just Sad God was just like, you're not doing nothing, blah, 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 blah. Where are you? Da, da, da. You're not
Where's
giving
my
me my
beer?
weed. So he found something to bitch about. And he used the kid. He used the kid. When he has his own shit going on, he used the kid against
you, yeah.
Exactly.
That's what it came down
and the
to.
thing about, like, the little background, I've known him since 3rd grade.
Yeah.
We went to Tobias together. We
Yep.
we know each other from little nuts to big nuts, you know?
Yeah, type shit. Yeah. Y'all were day one type shit.
I know everything about this motherfucker, dude. And for everybody to think he is who he is, he's fucking not. You're not him. So whenever that shit was going on, and he sent that picture out, it got leaked on Instagram, and I was at war with them, and I was like, damn, this shit's real. Like, fucking
they did
people,
the same
real
shit
betrayal. It's real betrayal.
Yeah, it's betrayal from everybody, because everybody in there knew I love my fucking dogs too. So even Saigon knew I had fucking like 6 dogs at the time. You know, they were all fucking strays, and I took them in.
He loved
them,
his
you know?
dogs so much that if you extract the vocals from every song he
You'll
recorded
hear
in
Kilo.
2018 to 2019, you'll hear Kilo walking around, knocking off my phone.
You'll hear him.
How's Kilo doing now? Is he?
He's good right now. He's
Swole as fuck.
Yeah, he has a son now.
Damn.
His son is named Bellamy.
Big Dick Kilo.
I do have a dog named Kilo.
Bellamy's
He's a
cool.
Chihuahua.
I feel like
A small
honestly,
white one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
This is like
Hell yeah.
this is a controversial take, maybe not, but I feel like every like heavy set Mexican dude has a Chihuahua.
You got to, bro. Every Latino has it.
Like what's the stigma behind that? I really want to know the answer between that.
They're free to
Some
get.
people.
Look, it's that they're
Go ahead, dog.
they're small and vulnerable, you know, and they need protection, and we're big,
And y'all are the guys that'll do it.
you know.
Exactly. So
Talk to me.
enough about the 6 feet deep talk.
Ask me
Y'all
a
are out
question.
that bitch. Y'all are out. And so now that y'all are out of that group, so y'all just started like collaborating more frequently. That's
So-
like probably what, like 2021,
Whenever-
2022.
Whenever I got kicked out, me and Boodang were not talking.
Oh, really?
We didn't talk for very long time, and I respected it because those were his brothers before, you know, me and him got close. So he was close with them. So I was on my own.
It's like you know, whenever you get a job and you sign a contract, and they say we could fire you at will.
Yeah.
Well, imagine if you bought stocks in a company, and if you disagreed with them politically, they said we can terminate your share in stocks
Yeah.
at will, and we'll take it.
That's a fantastic comparison, honestly.
It's very much a political black and white side of things, and if you don't think that's the fucking case, then it is, and I can't wait till it happens to the next motherfucker in the group that leaves.
Yeah.
But that's basically what fucking happened.
That's crazy. And so how did y'all like kind of like
so-
mend y'all's
so-
friendship back together then?
It's a crazy story leading up to that. So we weren't talking for a long time, and we still fuck with each other. You know, so we weren't as close as we were now, but we're fairly close. And you know, it kind of sucked because he was stuck in the middle of it. You know, they told him if you fuck with him, you're out. And
I
me,
was
of
in
course,
I was in a very, very fucking tough place. He and Sad God symbolically were the two pieces that could keep me physically grounded to want to pursue music and navigate out there, because it's hard to do shit alone. You know, there's a lot of people talking shit.
Yeah,
on mics.
exactly.
You get fucking caught up somewhere. They're my 3-piece.
Yeah.
You know, we fucking rode together. So when this happened, it was like, damn, like we just started bonding. What the fuck?
Yeah, like what are you gonna do now? Type shit. Yeah.
I love you guys. What's going on? It's like my band was fighting.
Yeah.
It's horrid.
That's
so yeah,
crazy.
so yeah, that happened, and then, you know, obviously wasn't fucking with them because Slick Killer was crazy, bro. Like he had no filter. He told me he wishes me and my daughter died in a car crash one day, and you know, he's just very much against me. Like
There was no filter towards
there was no,
children.
he,
with 6
he
feet
didn't
deep.
give a fuck. Like, and to me, it was crazy how people were still fucking with 6 feet deep, knowing that shit. And
And it's crazy
Still
too. Y'all
fucking with
y'all
6
are
feet deep. They did this shit to me too. They said they wanted to beat my kid's head in with the ashtray. They said they wanted to come in my house, fucking kill my family, all this fucking
yeah,
shit.
so if you love 6 feet deep, just know this.
yeah. Just know that.
These are people you ride with and call your brothers, and then just hop on a mic and say some belligerent dumb shit, and then before you know it, you wake up and you have 100 notifications in your phone of people telling you to kill yourself. We're gonna kill you. I hope so and so kills you. And
That's traumatizing,
It's
bro.
not even that
It is.
deep, and you know your fucking promoters find out about it. Your whole reach goes down. This is
Everything.
Think about it
shit
like
upside
this.
down.
Think about it like this, guys. Like if you guys are fathers too, so y'all are dealing with all this shit plus raising your kid too. So
Exactly.
like it's super fucked up, and I'm glad y'all got out of that situation for real. And so going back into like how y'all
So
came to
doing
be.
that, so what happened was I ended up getting pneumonia at one point, to where I didn't know I had pneumonia. So this happened at the Texas snowstorm. I left my window open because I'm a freak. I like cold weather.
you like it cold.
So it fucked me up bad. And
This
I
was
remember
COVID too.
I was in my room dying, bro. Like I didn't know I was dying. I thought I had a flu or some shit. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I'm fucking dying. You know, COVID is here. I was just like, it's just fucking some flu or COVID. You know, I ain't fucking caring. My hair was falling out. I was taking 6 melatonin a day and not going to sleep. So I was hallucinating. I was up for 4 days straight one time, and it was to the point where I was in my bed like shitting and pissing, just fucking dying, bro.
That's crazy.
And I didn't know that. My mom checked up on me one day. She's like, "You're okay?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Like, no, you're
Eyes
not.
closed, yeah. And she's like, "You're going to the hospital."
Yes, mama.
I go to the hospital. They take me there, and they tell me like, "You had pneumonia. One more day, and you would have been dead."
Wow.
And so I was in the hospital for a good, I think, 2 weeks right before my birthday. And I was in that bitch dying. They had me on oxygen. They had me on steroids. They had me on all kinds of shit. And
That's
Old
crazy.
phone, damn, it's in my old phone.
I
Yeah.
remember,
Damn.
and that's whenever me and Boodang reconciled.
He actually fucking called me, and he hadn't spoken to Sad God since the whole thing. And I had saw in the story because I was the only one still following, like, actually following him. You know what I mean? And then he messages me, and he's like, "Yo, I think I'm gonna fucking die." And then we talk about things. I'm just like, "All right." And he's like, "If Sad God wants to reach out to me, then like, reach out."
Yeah,
to
he
me.
never did.
So I fucking tried calling Sad God like 5-6 times. Keep in mind, I'm still in 6 feet deep. Sad God's not even answering my fucking calls. Like, he doesn't want to talk to him. Like, dude, your best friend's about to die. I'm like texting him like it's a serious thing. You know what I mean?
That's crazy, bro.
So I finally get a call back from him, and he just answers. He's like, "What do you want?" And I already texted him that Screw's about to die. It's like he knew.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yo, this fool can't get no oxygen. Like, this fool might die." You know what I mean? And then
That
he's
sounds
just
too
like,
familiar.
he's just like, "So,
That's traumatizing,
what
bro.
do you want me to do about it?" And
Yeah.
I'm just like, "You want to try to go see him or something?" And he goes, "I'll think about it."
What?
He's so like cryptic. He's like,
Wow.
Yeah, so that shit's happening. And me and Boodang talking.
Fuck you,
Remember,
bro.
he talked to my mom. He talked to my mom, and my birthday.
brother right there.
My birthday was like, I think, a week after I got out the hospital, and it was March 8th. So from that, I haven't seen Boodang, I think, almost a year. And he
so-
came to my birthday, and he talked to my mom. My mom,
But
like,
we were
basically
still in
told
the
him,
banter here and there whenever he would respond to me. I would respond to his stories. He would just leave me on the scene every night.
Yep. Hard man to reach. Still to this day, hard man to reach.
Sorry,
Hard man to
guys.
reach.
If you're not a 4'11", 5 foot Latina,
So you recovered from the pneumonia, and then y'all became
recovered,
friends, and y'all got closer
He
through
finally
that.
made it his birthday. It was shortly after.
Mm,
So
it was
it was
very,
him
very
getting into the
soon.
real world.
Your mom was looking out for you.
That's
even-
crazy, bro. Because like that kind of reminds me of whenever you had the accident. Because like
And yes, I asked his mom about the dog abuse because I got convinced too. I was like, "Is this true?" It was a very like, we could have squabbed if I started tweaking. You know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
I wasn't because Screw is twice my size.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He had his whole family there. You know what I mean?
It brings me back to like whenever Luis was in the accident, he was in the hospital for fucking like 6-7 weeks, bro. And so me and Christian and James, like we were just there like talking to your dad, talking to your mom and shit like that. Like it was just like that's a very like a humble it's very humbling, and it's very like traumatic in a way. Like like you like your friend, your best friend that you've known for so long is like on the verge of dying, and like so that kind of brings you closer together.
and at that time, I only knew this motherfucker for like 4 or 3 years. I know Sagod for a decade.
And
over a
that's
decade.
the thing with him too. He's a very compassionate, like empathetic person.
It's
So
a
like
lack of
he saw that.
transparency in that group. With
Yeah.
how people feel and what's like the surface level and how you feel, and there's things that could get you caught astray and can make you think this on one thought, and then in the back of your mind there's this. But there's
Yeah.
how do you really feel? What do you really want?
Not on some cringe shit. Like you gotta like think with your heart. You know what I mean?
got
Like
to.
what
It was
what your
brotherhood
mind
to
tells
me.
you to go.
That was the biggest pack I had. But now when I look, that ain't shit. This is the biggest pack I have.
Yes, sir.
We rolled 3 deep.
That's
We're
so
out there in
real
the
of you.
field.
You even came to see me.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I fucking
even
pulled up
Booty-
on you like that.
But
Fucking got you on everything.
Buddy called me and he was
Ate
like,
potato chips.
Buddy called me. He's like, is it okay if I go over there like right now? And I'm like, bro, yeah, go try
I
it
was like,
out.
What if he's fucking dying?
Like he was like, bro, I can't see Luis like that, bro. I can't see Luis like that. And I was like, bro, you gotta go. And he was like,
remember
bro,
that.
I went. I'm glad I went. I'm glad. I
Boodang
went.
would call me. He would call me and be like, I don't know if I can see him like that. I'm like, bro, like, if you
got
can't
to.
see him like that, what was the last time you ever seen him? In general, You know what I'm saying? So,
You were a critical part on like a chapter of me confronting severe parts of my life, because like all my life I couldn't attend funerals and things like that because it was just too much. And then I started attending them, and then once it started coming closer and closer and closer, I was like, damn, now it's somebody in my circle. I was like, damn.
Yeah, bro. It makes you think for real.
That was the most challenging one. It was like, that's why I still got that fucking plaque.
He
I
still
keep
has it.
that shit up there.
October
I
thing.
keep that bitch up there.
And like it's crazy because like you had no idea what the fuck was going on. You were fucking La La Land, bro. Like
And that's
you're
the
on
whole point
fentanyl
of
land.
this, you know.
You know what's weird is that
Brotherhood, man.
you and we didn't talk much, but you were in a lot of my coma dreams.
For real? Hard.
That's
hard.
crazy.
You and we shared a Big Daddy pizza.
Give me one right now,
Pizza
please.
I don't know. It was like in the corner of a.
It was an undisclosed pizza.
Oh no, so just
That's nice to know.
It's crazy, man. It's really like it's a matter of like good and evil type shit. Like you got to have compassion in this world. You got to have like emotions, and you got to feel things for your friends and your family and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't have that. And I'm glad that us, like as a table right here, like we feel that for us. We feel that for everybody here.
Yeah,
and
it's all good. It happens.
It's just like it's just brotherly love. It's that family shit.
Like
Like
nothing gay about that. I think a lot of the people, try to, they're scared to tell their homies they love them or hug them or shit like that. It's always a dap up or.
I be calling Boodang to tell him I love him, bro. That's it.
And he called me too, like I'm sleepy. Fall asleep with me on the phone. I was like, I got you, bro. 15 minutes, he's asleep. So
there was one time, I don't know. There was one night when I called you. I was driving somewhere. And I was like, bro, I don't want to fall asleep, so I called you, and you talked to me the whole way home one night.
I remember.
It was like 5, 6 in the morning.
You were on a bendy bone.
I was fucked up, bro. I was in a dark place. Yeah, I was fucked up. I was like, bro, Boodang, like I gotta talk to you, bro. I'm gonna fall asleep, bro. Y'all keep it close knit now. Y'all don't fuck with as many people. And your success is starting to show from that. Like y'all made a name for yourselves, like just without a group. You know what I mean? Like you now, like you're on the biggest come up you've ever been on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
And I want to get into that. Like I want to talk about how you got into like linking up with like ODT and all that, and like I want to talk about like the whole liquor store era and like
liquor store,
because that sample, that's a vocal sample from what, 2019.
He used it first.
They recorded that in my house,
and that was actually over a Slick Killer song.
So talk about the process of that.
The Hollow Man beat.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Better watch your fucking back.
Yeah,
Better watch.
That's a song is called "Take Me to Your Leader." If you ever want to.
So that's what the sample come from.
"Take Me to Your Leader" by me and Slick Killer. But
that song came out.
Well, ODT, shout out ODT. We put each other on. So this is ODT's first house song ever made.
Really?
And so he pitched it to me. I'm the one that told him like he was stuck on what to make because he's only making funk. I'm like house music, like his house.
It's kind of like goes hand in hand.
Yeah,
low key.
You could play it anywhere you want. A gangster motherfucker gonna feel it, or some white girl's gonna feel it, no matter what. And so
either they're gonna twerk or they're gonna shoot people with it.
Something. So he did it, and I was like, yeah, bro, like do it, and use my vocals. He dropped it. It didn't get much traction at first, and it blew up off of a reel. And then from there, it kind of started a trend. It very much started the liquor store trend you see on Instagram.
Yeah, on the way to the liquor store.
Yeah, it started that trend very much, and I wish they used our song over it.
So did you think that would ever like even like see 1 million plays, let alone like 100,000? Like how did that feel for you?
I knew it was gonna be popping because it was a good song, and I didn't think it was gonna be million plays big.
2 million now.
It's at 2 million now.
That's fucking
but,
crazy. Bro.
I didn't think it was gonna get that popping.
2 million.
It was kind of I'm glad to see it popping, but now everybody's starting to make house music, which I'm cool. Go make house music, but like I still want you to realize I've been doing this shit.
2018. Yeah, literally.
I do this shit a long time. Like I'm not new to this. Like people will try to say I'm hopping on the trend. Like I'll say I'm the first motherfucker to start doing techno and funk, house and funk.
Yeah,
I was first person to start doing that shit. So,
bro, it goes back to like when 2018. Whenever I saw you at Scratch House, bro, like you were fucking like performing your ass off, and I'm like in front of like what? There was like 12, 15 people there.
Yeah,
at Scratch House.
Yeah,
that shit was packed.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah,
yeah. I didn't know. I don't remember that. I was performing my emo like sad shit, and like I saw you. I was like, damn, what the fuck am I doing?
That shit was packed. I remember that show specifically.
I'll send you those photos later so you could throw them in there.
Okay, yeah, I'll throw. Yeah.
That show specifically because Boodang, every show y'all know y'all been to a Boodang show where he performs, he's always gonna do some crazy shit,
freaky shit.
So I remember that show specifically.
Did some push-ups.
We had a bunch of people in the venue watching us, of course, and had a bunch of people outside the venue. Boodang said, "Fuck that!" Took the mic, went outside.
Went
the
out
venue,
there,
shoved it in my ass.
And then I'm still on stage, like looking around, like I'm your fucking hype man. Like I'm not getting my fat ass off the stage and going out there. So I'm watching everything, ad-libbing, everybody's facing that way and following Boodang outside, and I'm just like, hey.
when you guys perform together, something happens. Like you last time I saw you guys perform, there's this like routine of rappers and it's it's not bad.
It's congested, low key.
But it just becomes repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
But then you guys come in, and the fucking card flips. The vibe just becomes so like up. Everybody's moving.
I think it's more of because we don't, like we said from the beginning, we don't like being boxed in with the rappers, which is why we do more shows with rock bands, metal bands. You know, it's rare we might get in a whole fucking bill of all rappers, but you know, a lot of rappers they don't bring the energy. You know, it's just song after song after song after song done. Us, we got fucking
It's
Halo,
like-
Regeneration,
it's like the
Yeah.
same
fucking
thing.
zombie laughing, fucking like, you know, we do a little fucking cover song. You know, it's never something boring. You know, of course, because we're all different. You know, we all make different music. So
Whenever we got with Despair, sorry, I know you're the one doing the interview,
No, it's okay, bro. Go ahead.
the podcast.
I'll take it.
Whenever we got with Despair, that was kind of like there's like the highs and lows to a set.
No
very
pun
good
intended.
balance.
You know, you get so used to you write 1.5 minute, 2 minute songs and the whole fucking time, you know. Once you start performing with other people and you realize that, like, you don't have to be a solo act, you don't have to just be up there like a, I don't want to hate it. It's like a fucking dumbass up there by yourself. It's fucking tough.
Yeah.
It's
So I
bro.
feel like when y'all two, and then whenever I started coming along, like we like to we have a certain like feng shui with it. Like we 2 songs, we like to have him open up first because he hard hitting gets people engaged, and then Boodang goes to his freaky shit. Then I go to my singing shit, and then back to hard, back to singing, back to
Slow
hard,
it down a little.
Yeah.
cool little.
So everyone's like they have an experience whenever y'all come on the stage. Whenever I'm with you guys and stuff like that, and
It's vibrating.
yeah, it's just a different experience, and I feel like people need to take note of that because people pay for that shit. You know, they don't want to just see you like talking on stage. You know what I mean? Like the stage presence, like what I've come to learn with us 3 is the stage presence means everything. And like we're like, I don't know if y'all know this, but we're in Boodang's house fucking rehearsing for days before that shit.
We're like fucking busting moves.
we're in sync with it.
workouts.
We're Backstreet Boys with it, bro.
We're
Over here
singing.
arguing about what samples we want to use.
We're watching each other. We're like, no, do that. Move your arm this way. I don't like that.
Bro, we're there for like 7 hours, bro. Just like fucking shit talking.
One thing that all 3
Despair
of y'all
falls
do.
asleep in my bed like I want to fucking go.
One thing that all 3 of y'all do that's extremely important that many other performers don't do is that you master your things. You don't depend on the DJ and the speakers.
We're the DJ.
Right? You guys make sure that before you get there, that your quality is as best as it can get.
We went through that phase, you know. We know what the fuck we're doing now. It's like we pull up with it there.
days.
If it ain't us, it's you, motherfucker. You better fix that shit.
Yeah, for real.
I be having to pull up
You're
in there
out of
whenever
key,
we're doing
Despair.
shit. So I go pull up. I'm like,
We've had some rocky times, bro.
Oh,
They're
definitely.
like it takes a lot of learning to fucking figure that out. But
Especially on tour. Tour was cool, but it was fun.
yeah, let's talk about the tour days, bro. Let's talk about that shit. Like how did y'all feel going on tour? I was with them, by the
To
way.
me, to be honest, it was more of like a getaway with the bros almost.
Yeah,
we were
vacation.
there. We were there like, oh, this is amazing. I'm like, oh fuck, we gotta go to the sound check.
Yeah.
Pulling up to every show late.
I was just hoping
Drunk.
nobody would smell my feet. I was like, fuck, I got my shoes
Bro,
off.
and
for
like
the
we
ultimate.
were driving too. Like Boodang was driving his car too, and so like we were all just like cooped up in the car with Zach and shit. Like, bro, everyone's smelling like shit, bro. Like it was crazy.
Sweating and everything.
Shout out Zach. We had Chick-fil-A
Shout out
like
Zach.
8 times.
Yeah, Zach only eats Chick-fil-A. If y'all know, y'all
Breakfast,
know.
lunch, and dinner.
Zach's not here, but if he doesn't
The
have,
spices.
hey, just like Sagat, if you don't,
Bro,
if you don't have Chick-fil-A, he crashes out. That's funny as fuck.
I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah. So like that was a big learning experience because is that your first tour? Is that everyone's first tour? Was that our first tour?
That was mine.
That was mine, yeah.
So
That was cool. I was like, whoa, I'm out here.
yeah, I think
Places I've never been.
I think it was a big learning experience for sure because like we know like we gotta like be like tight with the sound guy. We gotta like make sure like they can handle our equipment because you have thousands of dollars of equipment that you bring, and some venues aren't prepared for that.
I be fucking pulling up. I'm like, where do I plug in my rack?
He's like, "What's a rack? like this?
I'm like, can I
like
run it?
Chi-Chi's?"
Can
What
I
I
run it in
plugged the
stereo?
Polo in.
He was like, "Wait, what do you mean you're not using our mics?" Like, no, we're not using your
I
mics.
have
like-
our own mics, dude.
What if I said I have my own compression and stuff? It's
What if you
already
say
on.
I mix my own vocals and
Just
we
don't
make
do anything. Just turn it on.
just turn it up very loud and we'll figure everything else out.
It always ends up double staging. But I always tell everybody, I'm like, we have everything we need on. Just
Bro, and
just turn it on.
it was hectic as fuck, especially like during Brownsville, bro. It was hot as fuck. It was the middle of the summer, bro, and like
I felt bad because we had people there who were there to actually see us, and support us, and we were so worried about just getting up there and fucking having enough space. At fucking least for me, because the rig we fucking had. But there was this one dude at the end of the set that was like trying to talk to me.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember.
I felt so fucking bad. If you're
You're like,
watching
"Don't
this,
talk to me."
dude,
We're stressed the fuck out.
Do not try to talk to Boodang whenever
was
he's
trying
taking
to
his
break
equipment
down.
apart.
I was
Don't
like,
even talk to him. Don't try.
Fuck, man.
It was a big learning experience for sure, and it brought us all together more so because me and you we weren't ever tight like that. Like we followed each other and stuff for years, but I feel like he is the glue that held us together. You know, like he brought us together more, and like I'm
Shit was cool.
I'm glad to like say that like y'all are like my best friends now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
Fucking clicked up like PB and J.
No, for real. PB and J and I'm the bread.
It's like we're a pantry, and sometimes we're apart, but we're always there.
Yeah, exactly.
Together.
Every
Always.
time that
Oh yeah,
I'm
put those together.
every time that I'm fortunate enough to see you guys create things or be in the same room where things are created, it's fascinating to see. Your brains just connect with each other.
We had mentioned you a few times. You need to come by and come sit in on this process
To
we
us,
have now.
To us, you're like the Dr. Dre to us.
He's the
Nah,
one,
facts.
He's the one who fucking started it. Like he fucking comes to me and he's like, Boodang, I have this song, and it's one of his more recent releases. It's called Now Look at Us. We worked really hard on that song. If you
We're
haven't heard it,
strangers.
Amazing song.
it's called Now Look at
The
Us.
last time that I remember even suggesting anything was when I told you that you should have multiple versions of a single song.
Remember him
Because
telling me that. Too.
We still have another version, the original version that we made before you died and came back. It's not even out. That Luis doesn't even exist anymore.
That's crazy,
The
bro.
thing is that people get so addicted to the one song that they want more. But if you give them different variations,
How about 4
of
more?
things, yeah, exactly,
Then what?
they come
What if
running
I
back.
said I made this same song, but I slowed it down?
So yeah, I want to get into that actually because I've never seen that before, and you told me that like Odatari was doing it and stuff like that. But
Shout out Atari.
so y'all like kind of like pioneered the way of like making 4 different versions of every song. So y'all want to go into that?
Well, you have to think about the people that are leading, I don't want to say the scene, but the whole precipice of the thing at the moment. It's like it comes in phases, right? What fucking year was that? 2023, 2024? I don't want to say the P word because it's fucked up, but there was a point in time where everybody's like, oh, that's it. Everybody's looking at you, but we were bumping Odatari, we were bumping Aisha, we were bumping, I think 9 Lives, whoever you could find, John Hughes, whoever the fuck it was.
I
But
think it appealed to our ears because it was the Crush sound. We were doing Crush sound
It's
way
different.
before them, way before.
what I
them.
mean?
Yeah.
But it was more of a rap sound instead of a club sound.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
It's different shit,
So y'all found some success doing that because some people like fast shit, some people like slowed and reverb type shit,
It all-
and some people like the original. So
I
how does
wouldn't
that
say
go like
that.
analytics wise?
Because like some people are going to view that as differently. Success is up to the individual.
Yeah.
It was more so of like, just like you said, there's this layout, and then there's like, damn, how many ways can we do that? And then that's what gave us the stepping stones. And if it wasn't for Odatari, Aisha, 9 Lives, people like that, just like how we talked about how 6 Feet Deep was for the lo-fi stuff, there wouldn't be so many people dropping fucking 9-10 versions of one fucking song.
Yeah.
And I went through that phase pretty heavy, and then he did too. And then we kind of toned it down, and then we started
Shit out
doing
of it.
not just slowing them down. We
Different
Yeah.
version, like
entirely different songs.
you have like an R&B version and dark
Drums.
wave version.
Yeah, that's fire.
Techno.
That's
fucking
crazy.
everything, just rewrite it completely.
That's like each song like takes like what like 6-7 days to master and everything, and you have to
its
do that
own
for
fucking- it's its own
four
fucking
separate
thing.
times.
Yeah, you know what I
That's
mean?
fucking nuts.
I mean, but that's cool though, because with his release, that's when we really brought it to life. He did Now Look at Us, and then we finished that one. He was just fucking cracking that shit on me. I was like, Boodang, I don't like that. Boodang, that's too gay. Boodang, you're rocking out too much. Fuck you, Boodang. Turn that down. This is a slow song.
Yep.
Yeah, at first
That's how it is in the stew.
Boodang likes to rockify shit.
I like to
He
rock
likes
out.
to make everything more rock. And me, I like rock too, but there's times for that. I like soft shit.
Yeah, you like singing. You like
Yeah,
singing.
soft,
Yeah.
And so it was kind of hard for a second to balance Boodang's loud ass fucking everything to my soft. Let people talk to their heart, not their fucking ears too
I
much.
think that
Type
was
shit, yeah.
the most we've ever been in our friendship. Like 6 Feet Deep in our beef and that was one thing, but creatively is a
Creating together.
whole nother demon. Whenever we're in the same room and it's like this, and we're side by side, and it's 4 a.m, it's like, no, I don't want that. turn that shit down. I'm like, but why? He was like, turn that shit down.
Bro, yeah, it gets crazy. It gets crazy in the stew for real.
Yeah.
That shit's funny as fuck.
We're back.
Hello, everyone.
So Boodang, this is your time to step up. I wanted to show you something that Luis made right here.
Oh shit! What the fuck is that?
So Boodang dropped an album recently. We got physical media in this bitch. Now this is a physical object. I'm not inserting a picture. This is a physical thing. Boodang dropped an album called Songs for Suffering recently.
Put a vinyl in it.
And you're gonna sign this after this.
Holy shit!
And I wanted to talk about Songs for Suffering, if you don't mind. I want to talk about your creative process and what made you want to make an album, because you are very anti-album. You don't make albums, you don't make tapes, you don't make anything like that.
Not only that, I'll add to it, he's also very anti making long fucking songs.
Yep.
He used to get mad at me for dropping 4-minute songs. This motherfucker's dropping 5-minute songs now.
So Songs for Suffering. Songs for Suffering. Let's talk about it, Boodang. Let's hear it. Let's hear the creative process, and let's hear everything that you need to talk about this album, because it's doing fantastic right now, and
It's crazy.
Let's hear it.
I think it's at 30K already. It's only been out like 3 days.
Hell
It's
yeah.
doing fucking good. Shout out everyone who's bumping it. Keep
It's an
bumping
amazing
it.
song. Bumped it. Whole album.
It means the fucking world that you guys are
Can we
bumping it.
pretend
This
that
is
it's forever?
Can you pretend?
Forever tonight.
This is the first effort that I've made that isn't just a single. That's strictly my fingers, input from my homies, and what they think is whack and not, and just that's it. Just having to put an effort out there like that, and it was so important to me because I've been at this for 6 years already, and I have ADHD like a lot of people. It's hard to keep track on one thing. I get bored really fast. I make a bajillion songs. Like, look at this guy's catalog. We almost mirror each other, just in different regions. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But it was like, you know what? I want to concentrate on one thing and make something that represents how I feel in the moment, and challenge myself to actually all right, dude, you're gonna pick that fucking guitar back up. You're not gonna make a fucking whatever type beat. You're not gonna make a Odatari or Freddie Dredd type beat because you're feeling horny today. You're gonna get in this bitch, play your fucking guitar, and make something.
Mm-hmm.
And it fucking started going piece by piece.
Cut by cut.
Before I fucking knew it, I was like 3 songs in. I was like, all right, I think I could do this. I was like, I want to share this really bad. I kept posting. I was like, what if I just drop this right now? What if I just drop?
Nah.
Now I was like, it's like when you're edging, you're just beating your shit. Sorry.
Hey, go ahead.
I completely understand.
But I was like, damn, I just got to hold off. Like, fuck. So
I get sadder when he made his album, because this motherfucker was not talking to me.
Bro, he wasn't talking to anybody. I was
Bro.
trying to call him. He wouldn't answer.
I was in
that was the
town.
hardest part, because whenever you're an artist, everybody knows this. You know this. You know this. You're part of this podcast. Whenever you work on things, you have to sacrifice time from your life to do this. So a single enough in its own as an independent is its own thing, But being there and doing the album song per song, and it's like, damn, like, fuck, this is all just like me right now. Like, the obstacles, the little hurdles you run into, like basic shit. Like, I remember there was a few times I was like, why the fuck is the hi-hat going that way? Why the fuck is this happening? What the fuck's going on?
Was it like very like isolating, like making it? Like, were you like just
It was nerve-wracking because I was so isolated and so focused that I had nobody to reach out to, because I just got quiet.
Yeah.
I was just like, all right, I gotta work. And then even when I wanted to reach out to him, they had remember you trained me on the automations. This album was a big stepping stone for me too, because I pimped a lot of shit like riffs, automations, drum patterns, sequences, things like that, different variances and mixins, not just using the same states, but getting with him on the automations and shit. That was the biggest obstacle that took this album. Like, I remember I was on song 4 or 5, and I sent him one version, and he was like, this is cool, but it sounds too plain.
Add the radio effect.
It's funny because just how he mentioned, like, Boodang, you don't make long songs, or Boodang, why do you get mad at me when I make long songs? I'd always talk to him. I'd look at his projects, and they'd be like, why the fuck is there an automation doing this? What the fuck is this digital line here? What the fuck?
Can you expand on that? What do you mean the radio effect? Like does that mean make this radio friendly?
So I told him to do some background vocals, to have your main vocals up, you know, and then have a radio vocal in the background just to have it mirrored, you know, just gives it a certain effect.
They're
Make it more
the
enjoyable
EQ
for listening.
EQ, so like equalizing, so like it there's an effect where it
Radio,
turns into radio,
yeah,
so it kind of it's the same vocal, but it's making it sound a little different, so it adds layers to the actual song. So like you hear
It's like
seven
add more
different
depth.
you hear 7 different vocals in the background of his.
So the
'Cause
point is
anybody
that to
get a
make
mic
it
and
sound
turn
more
it on.
punkish, because the song that I was specifically on was a more punk song. So, you know, punk vocals are real rugged. They're real, you know, they sound
Raw.
very scratchy.
Yeah.
Just know that every automation you hear on that album, every time you hear a vocal change in texture, was because
Because of him.
he told me, he was like, Boodang, that's too gay, and not in a bad way. And I went back on those songs and I was like,
I think it wasn't more of that. It was more of like, it's an album. So if you're gonna do an album, do fucking something crazy. Do something you don't do. All
And make it cohesive, because like what people like to do, they like to just put like 7 random bullshit fucking songs,
exactly.
and they don't have a theme, they don't have any cohesion with
Just
it.
songs.
And your album did perfectly. It's just it blends perfectly into each
it's
song.
amazing to listen.
it's
Literally.
so crazy how you put that, because when it came to putting the album together, I didn't think about it too much when I was writing it. But what I did think about here and there was like, all right, I got this many songs like this many songs like that. I got to do one more like this, and then there's got to be one like that. When it started coming together, I was like, it makes sense. Like, I have all these good songs, but then when I put it together, that was the biggest fucking hill. I was like, oh fuck, how do I piece this together? And then before I knew it, everything made sense, because if you have that thought process where I have this many that, all you got to do is just line up this many
Connect
this many
dots.
that, and you get an album that's just a cohesive body of work. And I'd spent so much time looking into albums that I love. I looked into the Deftones albums, I looked into Adrenaline, I looked into Pantera,
Yeah, and that
the early shit, just finding like what patterns work for what I'm doing, and how can I take from that and apply that to my patterns, you know?
So I'm actually a very big fan of your album, not just because I'm your friend, but I am genuinely loving this album.
it's fantastic.
And I've been listening to
Me
it
too.
since it came out over and over, and I actually wrote down a question for you. Let me read it to you, so because you know I'm forgetful.
He's a very physical media guy.
On your new album, Songs for Suffering, there's a clear leap in your musicianship. Okay, you spoke. Your guitar and your bass work are especially tight. They're catchy and they're finely tuned. See, back when we first spoke in the first Artist Hour, you were only using a Fender Telecaster in drop B. You know,
I had to tune down low.
and you mentioned needing to like build up your gear over time. It's been time.
Yeah.
You know, and since then, I've seen your collection just grow massively, and not just that, your knowledge of all your gear. You know, I'm
guitars.
wondering how did your knowledge over the years come into fruition with your equipment now, and how did all this come together into making Songs for Suffering?
Yeah. In a fucking nutshell, it's like this. It's like whenever we find our styles, it's like, what type of 808 does this? Or what type of snare sounds like this? Or how do I get my hats to do that? I spent all this time here and there just making singles, messing with tones. And then when it came time to make the album, I had to realize I had a little library of tones I loved over time. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I can make an album with those. I was like, these are all pretty fucking good. There's enough to, I could just have 10 different tones, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just really that, and learning how to utilize the instruments you have, because you have so many, right? So this was the whole catch. For this album, I was like, all right, there's a challenge to write everything with guitars. Now here's the other challenge. I want to be able to perform it live. I have a drummer who's going to be performing with us, who performed with us last time.
Oh, for real?
Did the
Damn, I
chorus.
didn't know that.
You were
Wow.
short that one, but you're going to be there for this one. Tomas is going to be jumping on your
Oh,
songs.
for real?
Shout out!
Wow.
Our
I saw him
Last
at the
Days.
bowling
Shout
alley.
out
Shout out Tomas.
That's
Tomas
fire.
is going to be just. This is some real. Every set you see Tomas out there from Our Last Days is just.
He shreds, bro.
He's
He's amazing.
just
no
fucking
practice
goes.
at all. He doesn't.
I-
He doesn't know the
fucking
songs.
goes.
He just gets on it. Amazing.
Yeah. So it was just wanting that to have a body of work that people can play and can be represented live with. I want something that you can identify with how you want to identify. You know, it's not like follow this formula if you want to get access. It's like, hey, this is easy enough, right? I wanted it to be accessible. I wanted the most accessible version of myself for an album. Like anybody could pick up a guitar And he knows it because he wrote the last song on the motherfucking album.
Really?
Just picked up the fucking bass and it started.
Bro, you swear you don't know how to play that shit, bro? You fucking be killing that shit.
Playing it.
I appreciate both of y'all's use of real instruments into your rap. These days, rap has gotten so just full of nothing but the same beats repeated over and over and just recycled. You guys are actually using your talents. And I think that's what puts you ahead
And that's
from
what
other people.
Boodang told me too, is that the way I rap is like me playing the guitar. Like I sound like a fucking guitar when I rap.
Yeah, for real.
Very much like John Lennon, Kurt Cobain. No matter how you hear how he comes across, it's gonna permeate in your brain. Beautiful. It's a melody. It's like when you hear the but he plays it on the fucking guitar too. This dude will flip a verse 4 fucking 5 times.
So you know my favorite
in your head.
My favorite artist, Elliott Smith. He does that. He does that.
He
shit.
does that.
He
can tritone twist.
He sings his fucking verse with his fucking guitar.
Yeah.
Like the exact cadence, the exact. It's insane.
That's on this whole album.
It is, and it's beautiful.
If you catch it, it's across the whole album.
It's fucking insane, and like congratulations, dude. Like I don't like, I just want to say, like, as a homie, like, congratulations on like making your first body of work like that, because you would like low key like shade me, like, why are you like saving all these songs for an album and stuff like that? And I'm like, bro, I'm so like matter of fact, and like I don't really make music much anymore, but like they bring it out of me to do so, and putting me on shows that I like. I'm like, oh fuck, I guess I gotta perform my shit.
And not just you, but like him too. Like whenever it came to it, I was like, damn, anybody could make a song and drop it. I was like, can you be patient?
Can you be patient and hold on to it?
Can you build a body of work?
Exactly.
Can you make a vehicle for somebody to play and
ride?
And
exactly. And I have like 10 albums now, and like every single song is cohesive and like bleeds into the next one, and like it has a theme around it, and you finally know like what that's like, and like how does that feel?
I feel like I'm just getting started, and I feel so naive as a musician because everybody who's around me is years ahead of me. And I'm just a student. I'm just like watching everybody like, damn,
yeah. What's the next song? What's the next song?
Oh, that makes sense. This goes together. That's why you have a 1 minute intro.
Exactly.
I want to respectfully disagree, because I feel like you're way ahead of other people. You know, and Thor and I, we noticed that. Him and I are pretty avid music listeners. I'd say that we both have a pretty good taste in music when it comes to like general stuff. It is very noticeable from the first track in your new album that you put in very diligent.
That's my most replayed on that one.
Very diligent work.
That one's so good.
And not even that. Tonight. I also wanted to
shout out Twin Tribes.
I also wanted to bring up your album cover. Even the album cover itself has a very deeper meaning into it.
He actually drew it, for y'all don't know. He drew it himself.
He made this himself. He drew that shit.
I drew that. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I had did so many iterations of that drawing, trying to find out the swag, and then it wasn't until I picked up the marker and started blending the marker and the pencil, and I was like, oh, like texture. It's like music, right? Why would you make your song with just a snare drum and like one thing, or why would you mix it with just this, So when I started doing that, I was like, oh fuck, this looks cool. All right, whatever. So I was like, what do I do? So I grabbed my phone and just took a picture of it, exported it, and then before I knew it, I had a fucking PNG.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, oh fuck, I better put this in Photoshop
so,
and see if it's cool. This whole album was me forcing myself to not talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And just like, all right,
repressed.
I got to deal with this. I got to use this energy.
He did a real good job at that too.
If people don't know, like, I'm sure some people do, but like, so as a musician, as an artist, you have to like mix your song perfectly for it to sound. You have to do the car test. You have to do the speaker test, the phone test, the headphone test. You got to make sure it sounds good on 5 different outputs that people listen to. And you exceeded perfectly. You exceed perfectly. I'm horrible at it. You know that. You know that. You be talking so much shit, like, bro, why is it so loud?
I get it ready for the show though.
Yep. So March 14th.
May.
May 14th.
May 14th. We got another form of physical media. Yeah. Right there, baby. Yes, sir.
And really quickly, I just want to say I'm kind of jealous. I'm a little envious. Because Boodang made this post.
Mira?
Okay. I have been using Photoshop since I was in 9th grade. And I I have never made anything that cool. Right.
Shit is fucking
And
tight, right?
This motherfucker just started using Photoshop and somehow managed to do that.
Bro, honestly, I had the same thing. I've been making this motherfucking artwork forever, bro.
He's
And
been doing my shit
got
for
on
years.
He got on this motherfucker one time and started making the coolest shit ever.
Dude, that's even in my notes too. You also have some of the most amazing
I was
artwork
making that shit
ever.
on my phone.
He put me on, man.
This guy can Photoshop like crazy, bro. His artwork is
yeah,
insane.
exactly. And like you have to make the cover art reflect on what the song is, and I feel like y'all both do a fantastic job at that.
This show, if this comes out before the show,
It will,
God
willing,
is really special and cool because he's been going through his shit. I've been going through my shit. There's a lot of songs we're gonna perform at this show that are very close to us and personal, and it's a special side of vulnerability. And I'm very excited to share that moment with everyone who is gonna come. You know, friends, whoever it is.
I'm gonna bring out the old shit too. I'm gonna
But-
bring out the classic shit, bro.
But just looking at it is crazy because it's like, damn, we haven't done a 3-piece, and we did 2 shows without each other, I think.
Yeah, y'all did shows without each other, yeah.
We've
But
been
then
fucking butt to nuts.
We haven't-
Fucking sack to crack. Dude.
we haven't been on the stage since October.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking been a minute. So this is us coming back together, and it's like
Trifecta, baby.
the last time we performed with each other, we were different people.
Yeah.
And we're about to perform with each other, and we're different people. We're on this, and we're different people. Like everybody, like this is this whole theory I have. Everybody changes every fucking quarter of the year or so.
Yeah, we all go through our arcs, and like we always like come back to each other and shit like that.
You're a
Like,
different version of yourself.
we catch up. Like we go to our bar. We chill out. We catch up on everything, and we're still like brothers at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And I love that about us. Like I'm sure. I hope all of you guys have like this type of group, bro. Because like if not, like I feel bad for y'all if y'all don't have like people that ride for you like this and that are down for you like this.
I get a lot of people in my
show
Instagram
up.
comments and people that know me and be like, y'all are so cool. Like y'all go do so much stuff together. I was like, y'all don't fucking have people that ride for you. Like what
Yeah,
the
like
fuck?
bro, like is this like such like a foreign concept to everybody? Like I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like
I was like, I don't know, y'all tapped in. You know,
y'all gotta love each other more. That's really much what it is, bro.
You know, going back to that, I think it's important because you see it and it's prevalent today. There's a lot of principles that we're raised upon, and whether you're a they, a them, a girl or a guy or whatever the fuck it is, hood, togetherness is a principle, and it's crazy how much it's separated today.
Yeah, it's very divisive, and like
People are
you gotta
separated.
like keep your friends close. You know what I mean?
Find who
And-
you align with and respect your differences, and fucking, it's about brotherhood.
Exactly, and that's all it
together.
boils down to. Like you gotta love each other. You gotta show love, appreciation to those who show love to you, and stuff like that. And it goes full circle. Like it's gonna be, like I feel like the sky's the limit. You know what I mean? And I wanted to touch base with you guys about like what's the future. Like what do y'all want to do? What do y'all plan to do for your music, for us together? Like where do y'all see this going?
There's another album and then some for 2025.
No way.
Hell yeah.
You know, we have standards. Every year there's a 2-album minimum for me, so you can expect content no matter what.
What about you,
Wow.
Screw?
I'm trying to move away from rap and the funk scene, even though a lot of my fan base is nothing but that. Is that a lot of my fan base right now, they want the devil shit, they want the evil shit, you know.
666.
Yeah, I'm not with that shit.
Look in my eyes.
That shit is kind of corny.
Yeah.
It's very corny. So
Or fucking
want-
antenna, right?
yeah, like, I don't want, you know, I've already let out so much animosity and hatred and anger towards my music in this world. I want to show love, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be an angry person, you know. I don't want to be a crash out. So I'm doing a lot more, you know,
Reflecting.
yeah, more minimal, more soft, more singing, more screaming into the mic, shit like that.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to say this now. I don't mean to cut him off because I'm not trying to, but we've been
Okay,
talking a lot about you.
Me?
So we have.
All this shit we've been learning, all this swag we're absorbing, we're fucking ready. Once you fucking come around and you're ready to...
We need it. We need the
Bro.
spare on dark.
It's crazy. You know what's
The
fucked
last
up?
one we did with this motherfucker was cool.
Yes,
and then
exactly.
you died, and then you came back.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy because like I was just talking about today. Like I think this is like my retirement show. But y'all
Damn, for real.
trying to bring me back,
No,
bro. I can't think of anything. I can't process
So me
anything.
and him also had another idea of some things that I do a lot
We'll
is
just take your
flipping my
vocals.
vocals, take your vocals and put them over dark wave beats or house beats or
I'll give
techno beats, shit like that. Because I'm getting success with it now. You know, with with vocals that are 3 years old getting used now and getting fucking millions of views. It's like I was like, put the Spirit on Dark Wave.
Shit, I mean, I'm with it. I'm with it. Like
Send us the vocals.
I would love to make more music. It's just like it's so hard for me to like sit down in my own like studio and like do shit. Like I have a whole studio and like I can't like
Then don't do it alone. Don't do it alone.
I gotta do it with y'all.
All of us.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, I gotta do it with everybody here.
this is a very weird duality. Whenever it comes time to it, you have the resources and you got to do it because it came time for me to one, hold on to shit and one, reach out to people.
Yeah.
And I don't fucking do that shit. I just be like, here, new song.
I usually
no.
don't ever stress you about it because
Don't like it, fuck you.
a lot of the good music and best music comes from heartbreak, comes from
And I'm not
anger.
heartbroken no
Exactly,
more.
that's
I'm
what
not
saying.
sad
That's
no
why it's
more.
like,
Yeah.
and there's not
look
too much
good.
for you to.
Thanks, bro. So
too much content for
Fucking
you to put
glowing.
out like that.
Thanks, dude.
So yeah, it's, a lot of the good music stems from that. Not like you can't make good music being happy, but like you make the best music whenever there's
When you're going through
feeling
some shit.
behind it. And
Yeah, and like I feel like
I'm chilling right now.
and I feel like I've grown and like I'm not sad. I don't need to like talk about sad shit anymore. I guess I could
I'm
like
going through it. You better listen to my new album right now.
listen to Songs for Suffering.
If you're
I'm
suffering.
feeling it.
So for the future for you, like where do you see yourself in the next year? Like what do you see yourself doing?
Anything coming out?
With these guys, everything coming out is with this guy right here.
Basically, what everybody here needs to know that I am Screw's naughty little henchman.
Mm-hmm.
And
Aficionado.
anything that you
Naughty.
fucking do, I can do better.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're
It's
not
like
with
that.
us, you're fucking against us, and your slice is my slice, and I'm hungry.
And our
Valentino's.
competition, we're gonna take your song, flip it, and make it 30 times better.
And if you think you're hard, I know somebody that's harder than you, and they know how to give me the sauce. So fuck you.
I love you, Bones.
I still love you. I'm still gonna bump your shit.
Sesh
Sash forever.
What about you, Luis? You got anything closing statements?
Songs for Suffering is a fantastic album. I really am not hyping this up. I really think you should take a listen to it. It is beautifully made, and from the first track to
Honest.
the last,
Real suffering.
you can hear the
Real shit.
production, real shit. Songs
Real
for
shit,
Suffering.
real
Streaming
feeling.
everywhere.
There's not a single check in this fucking bank that could cover this pain.
Damn, that's real as
Listen to
fuck.
this motherfucking shit. I don't
Also,
give a fuck how rich
again,
you are. I'm gonna make you hurt.
Yeah.
May 14th.
May 14th.
At
May
the Mark.
14th at the Mark. It's a Wednesday night. We're headlining at 11 o'clock.
It's a
And
Wednesday.
did you say
11,
it's a beautiful,
11.
beautiful like set? Is
It's a huge
11.
venue. It's massive.
It's the biggest venue in San Marcos.
yeah. Pull up,
Just
guys.
know that when you step into this bitch, if your balls were down here, they're gonna be up here.
Yeah,
It's
make
so
your Wednesday
fucking cold.
interesting.
You're gonna be swallowing your balls.
It's fucking cold and icy. The beers are cold.
If
the
you're
sound
real,
is
you're
big.
gonna be here. If you're real as fuck, you'll be
I
here.
better see you there.
I don't feel real. Everything's fake. Fuck this shit.
All right, well, shit, man. Well, if there's anything else you got to say, now's the time to say it. If not, then this has been another episode.
It's
Shout out Deception. Shout out Audie T.
Shout out Icy
Mob.
Shout
Shout
out
out
Icy
Grub.
Mob, Team Sesh Forever, fuck 6 feet deep, suck my dick.
Fuck 6.
All right, this has been another episode of The Artist Hour. We got Screw, we got Boodang. We're sending this off right. We'll see y'all later. Peace out. See you later.
Correct video.
Subscribe.
Zoom out.
Oh, shit. This is a PSA. Please subscribe. Please.
Play Mama after this.
Please subscribe to us.
Can you play Mama? You've been on my mind.